Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Drew McIntyre revealed why he decided to target Roman Reigns on WWE television. The Scottish Warrior returned from his hiatus on the December 2nd, 2024 edition of WWE Raw and has been focused on taking down the OG bloodline. The former World Heavyweight Champion shared a video today on his X, FKA Twitter, account and explained why he was going after Roman Reigns. The veteran noted that he had still not forgotten about being screwed out of the title at Clash at the Castle 2022 and believes more stars should be trying to prevent the OTC from rising to power once again. The biggest question of all, why do I want to stop Roman Reigns if I'm only looking out for myself now? I would encourage others to do the same, because I want the title. I was screwed out of it at Clash at the Castle in front of my friends and family. That loss cut deep. It took a long time to recover, and honestly, I'm not recovered. Roman, I don't know how you do it. You have magical powers. The company, fans, everyone wrapped around your finger, said McIntyre. From 2:05 to 2:30, McIntyre will be squaring off against Seth Rollins tomorrow night on WWE Raw. The Visionary refused to team up with Roman Reigns' team in the men's War Games match last year at WWE Survivor Series. Wrestling veteran praises WWE star Drew McIntyre. Independent wrestling star Vinny Pacifico recently praised Drew McIntyre as a person for helping him during his career. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Unscripted, Pacifico discussed meeting McIntyre at a Warriors of Wrestling event back in the day. He noted that the 39-year-old was very giving of his time and offered him good advice. It was a really fun debut. Mark Quinn was in there. Drew McIntyre was in there as well. Pacifico said, "Great guy." After the show, he talked to me. He's a wonderful person. Great guy. So giving of his time. That's something that I appreciate. They don't have to do anything for us, the veterans. They don't have to give us advice. They don't have to do these things. But they go out of their way and do it. From 7/25 onwards, Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins at WWE WrestleMania XL to capture the World Heavyweight Championship, but Damian Priest cashed in his money in the bank contract minutes later to win the title. It will be interesting to see if Drew McIntyre can defeat Seth Rollins again in their rematch tomorrow night on WWE Raw. The world of WWE has always been fueled by rivalries, but few have the emotional depth and sheer physicality of the one brewing between Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. Over the past few weeks, fans have been captivated as McIntyre has launched a relentless campaign against Reigns, targeting the tribal chief in a way that feels deeply personal. But why? In an exclusive interview backstage, Drew McIntyre finally revealed his motivations, shedding light on the fire driving his crusade. A storm of frustration. Roman Reigns has held this company hostage for far too long, McIntyre began, his Scottish brogue dripping with conviction. I'm not saying he hasn't been a dominant champion. He has, but he's turned WWE into his personal kingdom, with the bloodline doing his dirty work. Meanwhile, the rest of us, the workhorses, have had to wait in line, hoping for a shot at something he's monopolized for over 3 years. The bitterness in McIntyre's voice was palpable. For someone who had carried the WWE Championship through the pandemic era, leading the company during one of its most challenging times, being overshadowed by Reigns' reign had clearly left a mark. Roman didn't have to fight the way I did. I clawed my way back to WWE after being fired, rebuilt myself from the ground up, and proved I could carry this business. And yet, every time I'm about to step into the spotlight, there he is, with Paul Heyman spinning his propaganda and his cousins backing him up. Clash at Clash of Champions. McIntyre's animosity toward Reigns first simmered during their epic battle at Clash at the Castle in 2022. The crowd in Cardiff had been firmly behind McIntyre, and it seemed like his moment to dethrone the self-proclaimed head of the table. Instead, interference from Solo Sikoa, the newest bloodline recruit at the time, cost McIntyre the match. That loss stuck with me, McIntyre admitted, his jaw tightening as he spoke. I was robbed of a moment that wasn't just for me, but for every fan in that arena and every person who believed in me. And what did Roman do? He brushed it off like it was just another day at the office. That's when I realized he doesn't respect anyone. Fans, opponents, or even his own family. A calculated assault. Since his return to WWE television after a brief hiatus, McIntyre has made it clear that he's not the same man who fell to Reigns in Cardiff. His recent actions, sneak attacks, cryptic promos, and confrontations with the Bloodline have painted a picture of a man consumed by a singular goal, taking down Roman Reigns. But McIntyre insists that this isn't about revenge. This isn't personal, at least not entirely, he said, leaning forward, his piercing blue eyes locking with the camera. This is about restoring balance to WWE. Roman's reign has become a dictatorship, and I won't stand by and watch while he manipulates this industry for his benefit. Someone needs to remind him that he's not invincible. McIntyre's strategy, however, has been anything but straightforward. Unlike many of Reigns' past challengers, McIntyre has avoided direct challenges or grand declarations. Instead, he has systematically targeted the Bloodline, isolating its members one by one, dividing the Bloodline. One of McIntyre's most shocking moves came 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, when he brutally attacked Solo Sikoa during a tag team match. The sight of McIntyre planting Sikoa with a Claymore kick and then locking eyes with Reigns, who watched helplessly from the ramp, sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. "I'm not stupid," McIntyre explained. "You don't go after a king without dismantling his army first. Solo, Jimmy, Heyman, they're all pieces on Roman's chessboard. If I take them out, Roman will have no one left to hide behind." A personal edge. While McIntyre insists his motives are rooted in professional pride, there's an undeniable personal edge to his crusade. During the interview, he referenced Reigns' comments from their previous encounters, particularly Reigns' tendency to belittle his opponents. Roman loves to talk about how he's operating on God mode, like he's untouchable. But what happens when a god bleeds? What happens when that aura of invincibility cracks? That's what I'm here to find out. McIntyre also took a moment to address fans who have questioned his methods, particularly his more aggressive approach in recent weeks. "People can call me a hypocrite if they want," he said. "They can say I'm stooping to Roman's level. But this isn't about playing fair. This is about winning. Sometimes, to beat a tyrant, you have to fight fire with fire." A message to Roman Reigns. As the interview wrapped up, McIntyre had one final message for Reigns, delivered with the icy determination that has defined his career. "Roman, you've had your time. You've built your empire. But every empire falls eventually. You've beaten everyone they've put in front of you. But you've never faced anyone like me. Not this version of me. I'm stronger, smarter, and hungrier than I've ever been. You call yourself the tribal chief, but the way I see it, you're just a man holding a title you don't deserve anymore. And sooner or later, that title is coming home with me." What's next? The stage is set for an inevitable clash between McIntyre and Reigns, and the WWE Universe is buzzing with anticipation. Will McIntyre's calculated assault on the Bloodline finally bring Reigns' historic title reign to an end? Or will Reigns prove once again why he's been the most dominant champion of the modern era? For now, one thing is clear. Drew McIntyre is a man on a mission, and he won't rest until Roman Reigns falls.